Oh, welcome back, everybody. I'm glad you guys are joining me today. And as Kamala Harris continues to avoid the press, avoid doing any interviews, avoids answering any type of questions, or avoids actually laying down what she truly believes in, CNN has now started to turn on Kamala Harris. And it's easy for us to understand why. And it should be pretty easy for the American people to understand why she's such a terrible candidate and not buy into this hype that she's somehow culturally relevant and it's a campaign of joy that she's ushering in, right? It is the complete opposite of this, right? She at her convention, she provided abortion on demand inside her parking lot, for example, vasectomies on demand inside her parking lot of the DNC. And of course, we know all of her radical positions. She would be willing to expand the court. Of course, obviously, go after the Second Amendment, continue to the assault on Christians. There is just so much evidence, wide open border. However, her recent turn recently, since this campaign's taken off, she's been trying to take policies of Donald Trump, right? And all of a sudden, she became a fan of the wall. CNN, however, obviously did reporting and actually dug into her past and highlighted the fact that Kamala Harris has never been a fan of the wall, and up till recently, right, has never been a fan of the wall. And yet she has not been called out to explain why she's changed that and be pressed on that issue. But let's go ahead and take a look at CNN actually figuring out that they can also do real reporting. And this report, by the way, is something that you or me could have done easily. I mean, it's easy to go and find these people backgrounds, but here CNN is just figuring that out. Let's go ahead and take a listen.
Tonight, KFile investigates. In a new report, you'll see first out front, the KFile team scoured Kamala Harris's tweets and statements going all the way back to 2017. And what they found was more than 50 instances of Harris slamming Trump's border wall. But now, new Harris campaign ads actually showcase that very wall.
As a border state prosecutor, she took on drug cartels and jailed gang members for smuggling weapons and drugs across the border.
And on top of critical tweets, Harris also wrote in her 2019 book, quote, "There was a bigger reason to oppose the border wall. A useless wall on the southern border would be nothing more than a symbol, a monument standing in opposition to not just everything I value, but to the fundamental values upon which this country was built. How could I vote to build what would be little more than a monument designed to send the cold, hard message, keep out?" Well, KFile's Andrew Kaczynski joins me now. So, Andrew, I mean, you all have gone through, scoured an incredible amount of material. Tell me more about what you found.
Yeah, that's right. We found more than 50 of those tweets criticizing the border wall before she used that in her ad. And I want people to take a look at just a few of what she said here. She called it wasteful, useless, a waste of taxpayer money, a vanity wall project, a wasteful border wall, a stupid wall, a medieval vanity project, and an unnecessary wall. And those are really just, there were more of this, just like 10 or like 50. But there was really a lot of this was the common refrain during the campaign. You read that quote where she said it was against everything that not only she stood for, everything America stood for, and she brought this up a lot. Take a listen to just one instance of that in 2019.
It's the president's vanity project.
His multi-billion-dollar vanity project called a wall is nothing more than a distraction from the fact that he actually hasn't focused on working people in America. He contrived a national crisis around his big distraction.
All right, so you go through all of that, you've got all the tweets, and yet all of a sudden in the ads, there's pictures of the wall, and then you went through to look at that wall. Yeah. Like, what is that specific wall that's in her campaign ads now? And you found something very interesting about this specific portion of the wall.
And what's also really remarkable about this is, you heard her talking about it there, Trump's wall in his campaign during his presidency. There was really no greater symbol of Trump's presidency than the wall, and the way that Democrats were attacking him over the wall and his restrictive immigration policies. So we looked in that ad, and if you look at it, that exact area of wall is in Sasabe, Arizona, and that is a portion of wall that was actually built by Donald Trump. It was built in an area where there was not previous wall is actually pretty controversial when they were building it at the time. So just to see that, and then there are other.
She's using his wall that he built to say, "Look at what I did."
And the other images of the wall, we weren't able to pinpoint, but there's telltale signs that was a Trump wall because there's an anti-climbing plate on top that became popularized during the Trump years.
It's really incredible reporting and important. All right, Andrew Kaczynski and KFile, thank you very much.
Yeah, wow, right? That is who these people are. Let me go ahead and stop this here. Go back. There we go. That's who these people are. These are Kamala Harris. I don't know how anybody can sit there and listen to her cackle or even talk. Her voice is off-putting. Her voice would cause any normal individual to be listening to her being like, yeah, definitely do not want to listen to that for 4 more years. Let's go ahead and not vote for Kamala Harris. That is the legacy of Kamala Harris. The candidate has no real basis, no real center, nothing. Will say anything in order to get elected, and of course then fall back to her radical positions that she obviously cares about. Anyway, you guys let me know what you guys thinking about in comments down below. Of course, you guys follow me on all my social media, all linked in the description down below. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Have a great day.